Hello and welcome to the presentation. My name is Ahmed Kamal and we'll be talking to you today about Argentina. We are businessmen and we have worked or done business in Argentina within the past 6 months to a year. And we want to talk to you today about the opportunities to invest and open businesses in Argentina because it's a good place to do business in. My name is Ahmed Kamal and I'll talk to you today about the culture. And then we have Henry Lavocade, he'll talk to you about history and politics in Argentina. Then we have Edmond Rodriguez, who will talk to you about the geography. Then we have Grayson Pratt, who will talk to you about the economic aspect of the presentation. Thank you, and I'll hand things off to Henry Lavocade.
Hello everyone, I'm Henry. I'm major in St. Edward's University in Historic and Political Science. As I said, I traveled 6 months in this country to understand the people and depend my research on this project. I will talk to you about history and politics on the last 3 decades, and for that I choose 3 main points. The first one is the Falklands War. The second one is the crisis of 2001, and the last one, that's the most important, is the Kirchner government. So for the Falklands War started the 2 April 1982 and finished the 14 June 1982. The war dured 72 days. It was started by Leopoldo Galtieri, the dictator of Argentina, and it's a total defeat at the end for the Argentina. The economy was destroyed, and the dictatorship was stopped, and the English tried to put a democracy, and they did it. So it's why we have democracy in this country. You have always danced with Argentina and England, and this stance was accentuated by the discovery of oil in the ground of this island. So it's a really big problem. But 1 year after, in 2001, a really big crisis appeared in December. This crisis was created by a law. This law it is an obligation to make financial transactions in the bank and not withdraw money. You can in cash. So it's really hard to do that because with the salary at this time nobody was in the bank. So the economy went down for 4 months, and after stopped all 4 months after. The end of this crisis is in 2003, so a really long crisis, a really horrible, a lot of disturbing. And the solution of this crisis is my third point, the Kirchner government. Nestor Kirchner became president in 2003. With him in 2005, he negotiated the national debt and the economy going up at 50%. So it's a really big going up. His wife, Christian Kirchner, became president after him. So it's new. He had always big problem with the EMF. You know, with Dominic Strauss-Kahn, the president of the EMF. He gave wrong numbers, so we don't know if the country is good or not. The economy is good or not. Here you can see the 2 last presidents of this country. So for recap, what I'll talk about the Falklands War, the crisis of 2001, and the government he helped the country to bring up. Now, for explaining you the geography, I pass the PowerPoint to my friend Edmond.
Hello. Today I would like to My name is Edmar Rodriguez, and today I'd like to speak about the geography in Argentina and the three main points that are transportation, key places, and terrain. The geography of Argentina describes a country located in South America, bordered by the Andes in the west and the South Atlantic Ocean. And we have neighbors countries that are Chile to the west, and Bolivia and Paraguay to the north, and Brazil, Uruguay to the northwest. Now I'll transfer to transportation. Argentina has the largest railway system in South America, with 20,968 miles of track as of 2002. Railroads link all the cities in Argentina that are Buenos Aires, Cordoba, and Santa Fe, contain about one half of the total track. And Buenos Aires is the most important air terminal that Argentina has and in South America. In 2001, there were 1,369 total airports and landing fields, of which 145 had private runways. And so it's helped the country growing and productive to make a business in different ways. Now I'll pass to key places in Argentina. Argentina has two main points that makes the country helpful to make a business, such as Buenos Aires and Iguazu waterfalls. Buenos Aires is the capital of Argentina and is the largest city is one of the most largest cities in South America. And as you know, Buenos Aires, they are influenced by European, and sometimes they reference as old Paris, South America. And Iguazu is one of the widest waterfalls in the world, since it consists of more than 207 small waterfalls, and is one of the best waterfalls, filling from more than 210 feet, and is the Devil's Throat. The region became national park because of these main points that are Buenos Aires and Iguazu waterfalls. Now I'll transfer to transportation in Argentina. Argentina has the largest roadway system in South America, with 20,000 miles and 968 miles, of track of 2002. And yes, and now I'll transfer to terrain. As you see, Patagonia is the certain tallest mountain in South America, with a list of 6,960 miles. Is the tallest peak on the continent, and this entire western hemisphere are located near to the Chiles. And the Patagonia is a combination of pastoral steppes, of glacial regions, and is close to the desert from pastoral steppes combination, and it's close to Chile's border. And in conclusion, I talk about the transportation, key places, and terrain. Now I'll transfer to Grayson to talk about the economy of Argentina.
Thank you. Good morning. My name is Grayson Pratt. I'm an economist in South America, and today I'll be talking to you about the economy of Argentina. I'm going to be talking about three main points: the imports and exports, the GDP, and the labor force. I'd like to get started with the imports. Argentina is a country that exports more than it imports, so these numbers are going to be slightly smaller than the numbers you're going to see on the export slide. It is an economy that is growing very quickly. As you can tell, 36 million in imports in 1959, now up to 7.6 billion. It has, the main imports are industrial and computer machinery. So the industries that are big in Argentina are going to be the manufacturing industries like automobiles and computers. The main importers are Brazil, US, and China. Exports are, as I said before, larger than the imports, creating a profit for the country. 55 million in 1961, and now 8.4 billion just last year. The main exports are agriculture, processed goods, soybean, beef, and they send those out to Brazil, China, and the US. The GDP is 642.4 billion, which is a lot smaller than the US, but the positive side of the Argentina GDP is the 9.2% growth rate, which is 4 times the US growth rate. US is only growing about 2.5%. The per capita income is around 16,000, which is much smaller than the US per capita income, which is closer to 36,000. And the main reason for that is the Argentinian peso, which isn't worth much right now. The labor force, the unemployment is at, or the inflation is at 10.5%, as I said about the Argentinian peso. 16 pesos is equal to $1 US. So that's why the per capita income is so low. The unemployment rate has gone down drastically by more than half of what it was in 2002, from 20.8% down to 7.9%. The population has not gone up too much since 2004, only about 3 million. So the population isn't going up too fast, the unemployment is going down drastically, and the economy is growing quickly. In conclusion, I'd like to say that I talked about more exports going out than imports, creating a profit for the country, the high inflation of the Argentinian peso, and the GDP growing at a quick rate. I would like to hand it off to Ahmed to talk about the culture.
Hi, I'm Ahmed, and I'm going to talk to you about the culture of Argentina. Culture is an important aspect for investors because it gets them to know who they're dealing with, and why they should invest, and what market they should enter, or what they should sell or not sell. First of all, I'm going to talk to you today about religion. The main religion in Argentina is Christianity. It was introduced by the conquistadors during the conquests, and it was at first forced onto them. Currently, now over 90% of all Argentinians are Roman Catholic, according to argentour.com, although less than 20% of those actually attend the church regularly. Immigrants from Syria, Lebanon, and other European countries brought in other religions with them as well. They brought in Islam and Judaism, which are the second and third most common religions there. the Catholic Church is still powerful and influential as it was during during their glory years, in which they had more power over Europe. They still control what aspects of business are supposed to be run, and they still have a say in what laws are passed and what laws aren't passed. The church is supported by the government economically, which is actually in the Argentinian laws. So each year, the Argentinian government pays the Roman Catholic Church a certain amount. And now I'd like to move on to sports, which is almost like a religion in Argentina. Soccer is the main and most popular sport there. It says, according to FIFA.com, over 2.5 million Argentinians are professional footballers, as it's called in Argentina. They're involved in pro soccer, whether it's in Argentina or out of Argentina, in Europe or in the Americas. The Argentinian national team has over 58 titles to their name. Of those, they have 2 World Cups under their belt. So the World Cup, if you know anything about soccer, it's the highest achievement you can receive worldwide. They won one in 1978 and another one again during 1986. Argentinian soccer also produced some of the greatest and most popular names in soccer currently and in the past, of which one of them is Diego Maradona, who was almost worshipped by the Argentinians. He won them 2 World Cups, and one of them he actually won by scoring with his hand, which is illegal in soccer. They still call that move the hand of God. The other one is Lionel Messi. He is currently considered the best player in the world. He currently has the record of most goals scored in one calendar year, which is 86, which he just passed, which was a record that was broken a few days ago. And now I'd like to talk about my final point, which is the languages in Argentina. The main language spoken is Spanish, which was introduced with the Spanish explorers. And they currently have more than 8 dialects, including Basque, Sicilian, and even Welsh and Gaelic, which are the Gaelic language, which is spoken in Scotland, because of many immigrants and because of their explorers who were of different European backgrounds. And according to Britannica.com, Italian is the second most common language because of most of the Argentinians are of Italian descent, and they keep to their roots and they still speak some of the language and even mixes with their current Spanish language. The third most spoken language in Argentina is Levantine Arabic, which is the accent of Lebanese and Syrian natives, and it was brought by immigrants from that area, also by Palestinians as well. And finally, I'd like to conclude the presentation, conclude my part by restating what I said. I talked to you today about religion, which is 90%, over 90% of them are Roman Catholic. Then I talked to you about the sports, which is the soccer, which is the main sport there. And finally, I talked to you about the language, which is mostly Spanish. Thank you. I'd like to pass things over to Grayson to conclude the presentation.
Conclusion, we had Henry talk about the presidents in the Falklands War. We had Edmar talk about transportation and key places to do business. I talked about the economy, focusing on its growth. And then we had Ahmed talk about the culture, religion, and languages. We'd like to thank you for your time and now ask for any questions.
How popular is the English language in Argentina?
Ahmed?
Because it's close to America, it's not really that far from America, and there are lots of tourists that go there yearly, so it is popular, but not as much as you would think it should be.